Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to Chef Sherry's Plant-Based Kitchen, where I find wonderful recipes to present to you that you can make at home and enjoy as much as I do. So, as you can see, I'm not dressed in my traditional cooking wear today because we're getting ready to celebrate Halloween this weekend. So I'd like you to take a look at my very appropriate plant-based Halloween costume. What else could I be but a super banana? Check it out. I also want to show off my fabulous Thanksgiving Halloween socks provided to me by my friend Joanne. Thanks, Joanne. What do you think, Dale?
I'd say your costume has quite a bit of appeal.
Oh, no, that is so cheesy, but thank you, Dale. I appreciate any compliments you can give me. Anyway, I'm going to be doing a lot of cooking this week, starting today with a wonderful burger recipe that is one of my favorites. It's an artichoke, spinach, cauliflower bean burger. And it really isn't hard to make, but what you have to do is prep for it. As I always say, if you can lay out your ingredients ahead of time, it takes no time at all then to make these burgers. So let's get started. Before we do that, let me tell you about some things that are coming up. I did want to mention a couple of things. So next Sunday, a week from this weekend, my vegan volunteer corps is going back to the homeless shelter that we deliver a delicious plant-based meal to every month. And this month, we're having a super soup lunch. What do I mean by that? Well, they're going to be able to sample not one, not two, not three, but 4 delicious whole food, plant-based, oil-free soups. So this is what they get to eat for lunch that day. Cream of broccoli soup, John Gagliardi's famous vegetable soup, my famous miso lentil soup, and that's it. Oh, and a tomato soup. And along with that, we're going to make sandwiches that have chickpea salad in them, a fresh fruit buffet, and of course, some wonderful desserts. So that's happening next Sunday. And again, if you are interested in starting a vegan volunteer corps in your community, please get in touch with me by messaging me through our video page. And another thing that's coming up that you might be interested in is a program I'm going to be speaking at. It's called Dinner with the Doctor. I'd like to introduce you to Dr. Michael Hawley. Dr. Hawley is a doctor that I met in the Dominican Republic at the Global Root Summit, I think 5 or 6 years ago. Hasn't it been that long, Dale?
Yeah.
It's been a long time. He's a fabulous physician who lives in Chattanooga, Tennessee with his wife, Cindy, who is by trade a psychiatrist. And they have been hosting these Dinner with the Doctor events once a month for at least 6 years. I think he was doing it even before I met him. So I'm going to be his featured guest. I will be demonstrating some holiday dishes. We're going to be making a tofu loaf and a beautiful butternut squash soup. And on their website, they will have all of my favorite Thanksgiving recipes posted. I won't have time, of course, to make them all, but we'll be doing that. So if you want to sign up for it, it's free. It's a Zoom call. All you have to do is go to the dinnerwiththedoctors.com website /events, and I will post this again on my YouTube channel under comments so that you can sign up. I'd love to meet you and see you there. And I'm sure there'll be a question and answer period. Hold on, my banana is falling off. Let me just readjust here. Okay. All right, so let's get started with today's recipe, these wonderful burgers. So all we're going to do is use this food processor. And I'm going to put in the ingredients in the following order. I opened up 1 can of cannellini beans. You can use northern beans or any white bean that you like. And I just throw them in there. Then I'm going to take some, I use gluten-free oats so that my friends who are gluten-free can enjoy this recipe as well. We add some fresh spinach. I think it was 3/4 of a cup of fresh spinach. This is hard to cook yet, I have to tell you. Okay. We're going to add a can of artichokes that I rinsed off because you know they're a little salty. So put them under water, cold water, rinse off as much salt as you can. We're going to add some, this is garlic, fresh garlic that I just chopped up a little. some fresh chopped onions. And then all of these seasonings, so I'll tell you what these seasonings are. It has a little salt, black pepper, cayenne pepper, flaxseed, Italian herbs, onion powder, and cumin powder. So I went ahead and mixed them in this little bowl. We're just going to evenly distribute them here. And now, whoops, they stuck. Let's get the rest of that in. We don't want to be cheated out of the seasonings. I'm going to simply put the food processor on, and I'm going to let it do its thing. So here we go. And then I'll stop it every couple of seconds here just to push down the ingredients so they get nicely combined. This is almost done. I think one more pulse or so and we're ready to go. So you see how easy it is to make these when you have everything ready to go? Okay, that should do it. We don't want it too mushy. So let's see what it looks like, and we're just going to take this mixture and I'm going to put it in this big bowl. Like so. Perfectly textured. I like it. Now I always say if you can make a double batch of these, that's even better because they freeze beautifully. You just put them in your freezer, make sure that they're airtight in something and wrapped up, and you're good to go. You can pull them out when you come home from work or a busy day, and you bake them in the oven, or you can use a grill to grill them, but I use my oven. Get every last bit out. Okay, now, we don't have to clean this, but we're going to put this back on, and now I'm going to put this back together. And the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to take some mustard. I use spicy brown mustard because I like that taste. You can use Dijon mustard, whatever you like. And we'll put that in. And then some lemon juice goes in. And of course, our favorite ingredient, nutritional yeast. You okay there, photographer?
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Okay. All right, I'm just going to mix it up with my spatula. Just a little bit, get it combined. I mean, it's so worth the effort to make these burgers because they're so much better than the frozen ones you can buy in the store. These are like, there's no comparison. Okay, now the last step is an easy one. I'm just going to take some cauliflower that I chopped up and some carrots, and I'm going to put them back into the food processor and push that down so it works. Okay, I'm going to turn it back on, and I'm going to just get these ground up. Cleaned up the kitchen while I did that. I don't like a messy kitchen, as you know. I'm always cleaning it up as I go. Okay, that looks great. Okay, so I'm going to take the ground up carrots and cauliflower. I'm going to add them to our bowl here. There we go. They give it such a pretty color. I mean, it is Halloween. So we're going to have a little orange in there. One didn't get chopped up, so I'm going to eat it. That's good. Okay, let's get all this out, all this good stuff. Look at all the great whole foods that you're eating in one dish. Okay. Now we're just going to mix these in with my little spatula. Whoops, there's a piece that came too big. And combine it, and then there's one more thing to combine. And that is, I use chickpea flour so that it stays gluten-free. So I use chickpea flour, that's our thickener, and that's it. That is the whole burger. So I probably get, I'm going to say about maybe 6 to 7 or 8 burgers out of this. And I'm just going to show you a fun way to make the burgers. You don't have to do it this way. You can use your hands to form patties. But I bought this little burger press, which I think is really awesome. You just get this all in there so we don't miss anything. One more. Okay, now it's ready to go. So I'll show you quickly how I do this. I'm going to put a little water in here because I'm going to have to wet my hands. I'm going to take my little burger press, and I bought these little pieces of parchment paper. I'm going to wet my hands, and I'm going to grab some of this mixture, and I'm going to put it into the press like this. And I'm going to take another piece of paper and put it on top, and watch this. Just going to push down, and voila! We have a perfectly formed patty. And if you want to freeze them, this is how you would freeze them. Just stack them up and put them in an airtight bag and put them in the freezer. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a bunch of them, and I'll just place them on my baking sheet lined with parchment paper. So I'll do it like this. There's one. So that's all you do. I'll keep working at this. I'll put them in the oven at 400 degrees, and I think you only bake them, let's see, very little time, 20 minutes, and then I'm going to flip them. And if they're very thin, watch them because they're going to cook faster. So I'll check these after about 10 minutes and probably flip them 10-15 minutes. You want to get them nice and browned and crispy. Serve them on a whole grain bun. Put some avocado and tomato and lettuce, and you're good to go. You don't even need mustard and ketchup with these guys because they are so tasty. So that's it for now, but I will be back this week making a lot of the Thanksgiving foods that I'm going to be showing you what they look like when we do that Zoom call next Monday, a week from Monday rather, with Dr. Holly. I'm going to show you a lot of my Thanksgiving foods. So have a great rest of the weekend and happy Halloween, everyone. Bye-bye for now.